Well, hello YouTube channel. It's Belmont here. So, what we have this week is the hyper tough keyed entry doorknob and deadbolt with a lifetime warranty. Pardon me while I laugh. So this was bought at Walmart about a month back, and I was saving it for, well, the new month. Now this was on sale for $18 at Walmart. This also happened to be the same lock set that I bought when I first came to Pennsylvania with my ex. And it was also $15 back in 2017. Shocking, right? And yet it is actually easy to install, except the brass screws on them are garbage. I had stripped the screw heads from just trying to put that into the lock. And I had to take a metal file, one of those little small ones, and I had to cut a groove into the screw so I could take an oversized flathead screwdriver and screw them in completely. Not that I had cheap tools at the time. I just was unaware of the humorous undervalue of Hyper Tough and Walmart brand at the time. And it took maybe about 30 minutes to install. You know that old saying where you hear you can never go home again? This is what made me buy it. Because, well, you can never go home again. This is, of course, a KW1 quickset clone. It's pretty, shiny, but relatively no security in it. I certainly don't need the rest of the stuff in there. I will keep the tail ends and the rest of this. But look at the bitting on the keys. Also, look at the key code. This is clearly a mistake. It shouldn't be on all three of the keys. It should be on one of them. Just one. Let's look at the bitting. Is it any wonder that I got into this lock with a city rake, an S rake, a worm, a triple peak, quad peak, and quint peak so easily? To the untrained eye, this looks, it looks steep. That's actually very shallow. Very pretty shiny keys.
And of course, I marked my new locks
in permanent marker, Sharpie, for HTKW1. And the same here. Speaking of homes, in my previous video, you heard me mention the name Jules, a friend in Canada. Well, she's an adult, well, legal adult, who is basically a prisoner in her parents' home at this point. Controlling parents and a lot of anger on their part. And as she was to graduate from high school in Canada, which is practically 2 years of college here in the States, if you're working on the Canadian educational system, I offered her a place here where she'd be safe. She'd have nothing to fear. None of her stuff would be stolen from her like her parents are doing, and she'd be free. She could do whatever she wanted. She was forced to stop communicating with me on her Snapchat and apparently her text, because her father stole her phone from her and invaded her privacy, which I do think is wrong. No one should have to go through that. So, on the chance that you are actually still listening to my videos, Jules, Belmont has not given up on you, and he still cares, and still wants to offer you a home. And I'm sorry you have to go through that. I want to ask my viewers and subscribers who are watching this to just offer up any prayers or encouragement for this person, this 18-year-old girl who's bright and brilliant but depressed, much like all of us can be, who is a slave to her parents. I just want you to offer her support, because she deserves it. As you're also aware, I mentioned in the last video that I'll be doing TikTok videos. Well, that hasn't changed, but I'm waiting on a couple of purchases coming in the mail, and also one waiting at Walmart, so I can redo the content from my channel here to reformat it to fit on TikTok. So I'll be doing more on TikTok with a better camera setup, tripod, and you will actually see me picking a few locks. So, again, please give your support to my friend Jules. She's a very special person. And if you're not already subscribed, do subscribe. And you can find me on TikTok under the same name. I do have at least one follower there right now who's a prepping and survivalist. So with that said, I want to thank you, one and all. Be safe. Have a good weekend. And as always, this is Belmont saying, stick around.